Hey guys, so like I stated in my update video, we're gonna do another round of Dragon Age series. This will probably be my last playthrough of these three games, just because I'm gonna just remove these as we go. This way, creating a little bit more space for my Sims games, and I won't download these back in until I, get that gamer itch for the Dragon Age series. Because we got a lot going on right now. We got, Baldur's Gate 3, we got Horizon Dawn, and I want to do the new one for that. So we're gonna play a little bit of a different one. So the one that had the no commentary one that I played was a Dalish elf, and it was a mage, and I had to download a mod for that, and I do believe I still got that right here. We're not going to click that on because we're not going to need that this time. I also downloaded some new mods that looked fantastic. I still got some of my old ones in there as well, that we're gonna keep in there. More likely my favorite one, like improve atmosphere and stuff like that. I think I got all the bugs out of this, so hopefully no headless people this time. And we'll definitely go from there and create a new segment. So we're gonna go away from my first favorite. So no Dalish this time, no elf. And Zevran is definitely my favorite romance out of this one. The second one is Alistair, and we're gonna go for him this time. So you kind of know where I am leading for my character. I don't like mistress things that reminds me of Vivian, and that's just not something I want to do. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get this started, and we'll go from there.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
All right, so we're gonna record this, but I'm gonna fast speed this, so probably gonna turn off my mic here too as well. All right, here we go.
For generations, your family, the Couslands, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Cousland's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. How? You remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear.
Oh, he's so sickening. All right, and you, Arlhal.
My son Thomas asked after you. Perhaps I should bring him with me next time.
To what end?
Ha! To what end, she says. So glib, too. She's just like her mother when she talks like that.
See what I contend with, Hal? There is no telling my fierce girl anything these days. Make her bless her heart.
Quite talented, I'm sure. One to watch.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Are you certain what involves with such a task?
Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
Ow, that had to hurt. Whop!
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Their order of great warriors.
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is my daughter we're talking about.
Is there a reason I shouldn't join them?
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
Where is Fergus?
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Alright, here. So, let's pull this out. Codexes. Alright. Nothing. So we'll go here. I'll try to read these as we go. Some of these get worthy, mouthy and stuff like that, but and we'll try not to spend too much time on these. 2, 2, 1, 3, right? 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Castle Highover has stood since the Divine Age, when it's not independent Banor, but barely an outpost of growing Banor of Amaranthine. In the days before Amaranthine became Arlene itself, the outpost of Highever was originally held by the Estain family, cousins of the house. In the Ages of Towers, however, Ban Cornabart Estain was murdered by his wife, Flemeth, thus ending the bloodline. Colbinar's captain guard, Supreme Cousland, took the lands and title. The Couslands declared their independence from Amaranthine, starting a war that lasted 30 years, when the dust settled, Highever was on its own and in possession of half of the land that once been southwestern Amaranthine. However, became a Tyrn during the Black Age, when Helena Cousland gathered the lords together under her banner to drive the werewolves out of their lands, earning herself the title of Tyrna almost as an afterthought. Today, Highever is one of the only 2 remaining Tyrners, making the Cousland family second in rank only to the king. From Ferelden's Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. I believe it was just that one. Characters: Duncan. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrifice everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Grey Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfells, his father from Deventer. His childhood was spent in the free marches and Olay. His people were everywhere and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the most almost the impossible task of leading the Wardens of Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicions and hostility, he set about finding recruits. Arl Rendenhall, nasty bastard. It would be good to ride into battle once more, won't it, old friend? The Arling of Amaranthine winds along the sinuous northeast coast of Ferelden. The Waking Sea is known for its temper and the storms that sweep into the warmer northern waters, and sudden and brutal. These are the lands of Rendenhall. He was born during the occupation and, like many of the other nobles at the time, joined Prince Merrick rebels. He fought alongside young Bryce Cousland, future tenant of Highever, and Linus Bran, future Jarl of South Reach, at the bloody Battle of White River. It was the most catastrophic defeat of the entire occupation, from which only 50 rebel soldiers escaped alive. Although he was decorated for valor by King Merrick, Howell's abrasive manner have earned him almost a universal dislike among his peers. You think? Alright. Next. Yeah, we're not going to read notes. Don't care. And we're not reading the controls. Okay. So, got those. We got this. We're doing Father's task here. And we're throwing this down. Okay. Now, before we talk here, we're going to go ahead and save. And we're going to exit out. And we're going to downloadables because I have to. So we don't need those. We don't need those. Don't need to turn that on yet. We're not. I have Sir Gilmore, but we're not playing him. And this is the additional with him. Don't lean against that, Bubba. I'm sorry, my son's sitting here with me. He's got about 15 minutes before it's bedtime. Yeah, you can sit in that chair. We will be turning that on. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're turning Lily's chantry item here on. Sten's armor. We'll just turn that on because we really don't need that. We need to turn that on. We can turn that on. It's not going to matter anyway. Oh, leave that, leave that, leave that. It's not until the end. We don't need any of those at this time. That can be turned on, but it's not going to matter. We did Severance before, so we're going done and resume.
Okay.
All right. Much better. And we're going to take Liliana's thing here. And that is so much cute. Even though she's not a warden quite yet, it's a lot cuter. Lots cuter. Oop. No. Okay. Trying to remember the buttons here. I've been playing too much BG3. Let's talk.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
I was hoping to ask you a quick question or two.
Very well. I doubt your father would mind a slight delay.
Are there really darkspawn in the south?
Indeed. We spotted a horde assembling in the Korkari Wilds not 3 weeks ago. Luckily, King Kaelan took us at our word and marshaled Ferelden's forces quickly. The first battles have already been fought. Your father and I must move quickly.
How many darkspawn are there?
Thousands. Perhaps 10,000 or more in this horde. Normally the darkspawn stay in the deep roads. It bodes ill that so many risk the surface.
How much danger is Fergus and my father in?
Well, I understand the first battles have gone easily.
Indeed. Are the Grey Wardens sure this is a blight, and not simply some large darkspawn raid?
No archdemon has been sighted yet, my lord. But with my entire soul, I believe this is a blight.
I wish we shared your faith. I suppose we shall see for ourselves once we arrive at the King's camp.
Did you come all this way to see Sir Gilmore?
I have only found a couple of worthy candidates in my travels across Ferelden. Your father invited me here, suggesting this Sir Gilmore. If he is not suitable, I will head south and join up with the king.
You know the king?
Not well. King Cousland is an eager young man who has shown great wisdom in responding to the Darkspawn threat.
I've heard he's a bit enraptured with the Grey Warden legend, and that is why he caters to your order.
How? That is unworthy of you.
He only repeats what we've all heard. Whatever the king's reasons, I'll take his support. The priority is defeating the Darkspawn before they threaten all of Ferelden.
Would you really recruit me into the Grey Wardens?
Of course. You are young and very skilled, or so I hear. Many of the finest Grey Wardens have been women. The Grey Wardens do not recruit simply anybody, and I intend no flattery when I say you show promise. The old treaties allow me to conscript you even against your father's wishes, but I will not do so. Our order is too small to risk animosity with Ferelden's nobility.
I'm glad I am to hear it.
It's tempting, your lordship, but I'm content to see what other candidates your castle offers.
Okay. I'll leave you alone then.
Until we speak again.
Alright, let's talk to this weasel.
Yes?
I trust the delay with your men is nothing serious.
Poor weather, I believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about.
You told my father the delay was your fault.
In a manner of speaking. If I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess, my confidence in your father allowed me some complacency.
Yeah.
I guess that makes it as much his fault.
How long have you and father been friends?
We fought together under King Maric when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
You knew King Maric?
Your father hasn't spoken of our time with him? That man took care of his friends. As they say, he was large as life and twice as tall. It's too bad Cousland isn't half that.
You don't think much of King Cousland?
I think of him as much as he thinks at all.
That's enough, Hal. You speak of our king.
The girl did ask, your lordship. As per the latitude you allow, I merely offered my opinion.
Oh, I just wanted to wish you well.
I thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Yes, it is. Alright. There we go.
It is begun.
Ooh! Alright, I'm trying to get back into this here.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Hello to you, Sir Gilmore.
Pardon my abruptness, my lady. It's simply that I've been looking everywhere for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
Did the dog get into the larder again?
No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. He'll listen to his mistress, but anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
He knows better to hurt anyone.
I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we?
To the kitchens, then.
Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
All right, here. Okay. Remember my buttons.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to
Angry
help.
old baddie.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
He's not a mongrel, he's a purebred Mabari.
A blight wolf is what
Big
he is. How am I
apologies.
supposed to work like this?
Oh dear.
Cranky old fart.
Mistress, calm down, please.
That's it. I'll quit.
You buddy.
Inform the turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banorn.
Nan, please. We'll get the dog. Calm down.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Alright, we're gonna save here for one moment, and I'm gonna put some kids to bed. Be right back. Alright everyone, I am back. Let's go get our dog.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
Good puppy. What a smart boy you are. Oh yes you are.
Oh, encourage the hound, why don't you? No wonder he keeps giving Nan fits.
Oh, so good.
He does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait. Did you hear that?
Alright. Onward. There's gonna be a lot of grunting involved in this game.
Cut them down!
It is beginning.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
Certainly looks that way.
Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's
One
upset
moment
enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
Oh, and they didn't allow me to hit dog or anything, or change his name. That's okay. Do you see anything interesting, boy? Yay! Good job. I have not named my dog, and you are supposed to go to bed.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Naughty, you're recording and it's What'd you name your dog?
It didn't give me the option to name my dog. Now go to bed, your brother's yelling now too. I'll be right back, guys. And this is what happens when you decide to record when your kids are at home or they're still... Anyway, let's see. Actually, he was defending your larder from rats. Big ones, in fact.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
My faithful warhound made sure it was safe.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with.
Oh, don't be an old baddie again.
Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then. Take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lady. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
You almost redeemed yourself by giving him stuff. But then you had to go yell at the servants again. There is no win with that lady. Katie? I'd like to take one of those too. My house would be full of tons of animals if we had space and room for it. I mean, it's already busy with a cat, 2 kids, 2 dogs. We would have more if we had room.
Very well.
We're just really big animal lovers. The only thing is the normal bits, you know, like snakes and
I shall do it.
rats or mice. That's a big no-no. You know, the usual.
Good evening, milady. Good evening, milady.
Unlock. I mean, I like Couslands for warriors too, but it's just rogues are so much easier to play with. Well, I wouldn't say easier. There's definitely a way to do it, but I mean, it makes unlocking everything. Instead of standing there waiting for, you know, smash with a staff or big 2-weapon or a shield.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all.
Ah, that looks so good.
Have you come to pray for your
My
brother
mod.
and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Please, child, call me Malol. I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need.
I suppose she would say that. Raised where she was raised and stuff.
Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be. There now. I'll be keeping a vigil tonight. You're welcome to come. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me.
Thank you.
It is the least I could do. If the worst comes to pass, child, take comfort in knowing that the Maker's will takes many forms. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
I would think she's religious, but not, like, fully religious. Darn it, I hit the button. Alright, so let's just read this. These truths the Maker has revealed to me as there is but one world, one life, one death. There is but one God, and He is our Maker. There are sinners who give their love to false gods. Magic exists to serve man and never rule over him. Foul and corrupted are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed one. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. All men are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. One moment. Sweets, do not scratch that. That is the kid's backpack, not your scratching post. We will make it through here, I promise. Alright, to the highest kings, to those that bring harm without provocation to the least of his children, are hated and cursed by the Maker. Those who bear false witness and work to deceive others. Know this, there is but one truth. All things known to our Maker and he shall judge their lives. All things in this world are indifferent. What one man gains, another has lost. Those sealed from their brothers and sisters do harm to their livelihoods and to their peace of mind. Our Maker sees this with a heavy heart. Transfiguration. Alright, we're gonna try not to hit those anymore. We'll try to skip some of these cold decks, and maybe do one miserable read on it, just so that if you want to hear me butcher you can do it in a later episode, but we're gonna try to avoid some of these, and my cat is making this very difficult.
Good evening, milady.
Very well.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
As you say.
Sorry about that. She keeps falling in my hand.
Oh, my lady, we were just,
Playing cards?
well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Tarn stationed us here.
Did my father fear someone would steal something?
I don't know. Nobody has come to look at the treasury.
Who has the key to the treasury?
The Tarn. And perhaps the Tanner? Honestly don't know, my lady.
I'll forget it. This time.
Yes, my lady. Thank you. We won't forget this.
Oh my god, sweet. Sorry.
Good evening, milady.
It shall be done.
Oh, Lord Cat. Alright. Let's talk to you.
Hello, my dear girl. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
And here's some more mods. We're changing the children's hairs and each individual outfit. So there should be some for the alienage, the nobles, the regular children, the commoners, the noble children, all the dwarfs as well, and as long as the Dalish. So everybody's got a whole new look if they're children. Alright, it's alright, it is boring.
I see you haven't changed. Perhaps it would benefit you to join our lesson.
Come on, sweets, honey. Certainly I'll be happy to.
Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start?
Let's see. When was our line founded?
Records are vague, but the Couslands became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child?
Let's do some cunning here during the oh god.
Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Cousland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern.
We predate the founding kingdom, yes?
Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young lady.
Your lectures do lead to the yawning.
A pity you don't spend the same care whetting the edge of your mind as your tongue. At any rate, your family has held the tournure of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Cousland battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence.
We oppose the king?
The Couslands are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Calenhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Calenhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Calenhad won.
And Calenhad let us keep the Tierna.
Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event.
Tell us about our relationship with Arl Howe.
The history between the Couslands and the Howes reaches back to the Orlesian occupation.
When did the Orlesian occupy High Ever?
During your grandfather's rule. Of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near High Ever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the tourneur's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
Unfortunate, but we couldn't lose Harper's Ford.
Correct. That caused a rift between the two families, as you might imagine. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Loghain, just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Cailan, to fight the Darkspawn.
Time to end lessons, I think.
Thank you for indulging an old man.
Oh, does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Don't ask myself all this why do you do this?
Oh, Preston. I'm surprised I didn't get good evening, my lady. Nothing in here? Yep, okay.
And my dear Bryce brought this back from Orlais
no
last
way.
year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my lovely daughter. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled?
Yes, there is going to be some glitches. I do apologize. I thought I got all of them. Oh well. Nan's head exploded and my hound ate the kitchen staff.
Well, at least one of us will have had a decent dinner. Perhaps your hound left something I can feed my guests. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
We're going to be very diplomatic. Weren't you drunk?
I'm so proud of my pup's mastery of tact and diplomacy.
Well, it was a lovely salon, from what little I remember.
Which wouldn't be much, considering we had to pour you into the carriage afterwards.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's not married yet either.
Don't listen to her. It's good to see you again, milady. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
I really want to go soak your head, but I think that's a little bit too cruel. Thank you.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona.
Just glitching.
Do say something, dear.
It is a great pleasure, my lady. You are as pretty as your mother describes.
You would think that it would make it easier to make a match for her, not more difficult.
Perhaps your daughter simply has a mind of her own, your ladyship. You should be proud.
Proud doesn't get me any more grandchildren.
Mama dear. Remember Iona? the lady in waiting, who's glitching out right now. I'm not gonna go talk to them too. I'm gonna skip it. But if you talk to them, you can flirt, you know, with either one and take them to bed. However, you find out that she has a daughter, and we'll see her at the Allen Lodge.
What? I forgot my phone down here.
Okay, go to bed, baby. Alright, but anyway, let's continue here. And I can definitely handle my own affairs, thank you.
All evidence to the contrary.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your ladyship.
Well, you ain't getting one by tomorrow. Alright, let's talk to you, mother dearest.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance.
Do you know where Fergus is?
If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana.
Why can't I go with Father and Fergus?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, I understand.
Trust me. You'll get your chance for excitement soon enough.
Oh, yeah. I have a bad feeling about all this.
As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me, but it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours.
Are you staying in the castle?
For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
As you wish.
Good. I was worried you might be nervous about running the castle alone. I needn't have been concerned.
Did you know there was Grey Warden here?
Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
Father wouldn't allow it.
Nor I. And I do realize you didn't answer my question. There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
I should go.
I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you?
Love you too.
Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
Alright. Off to Fergus, dear. Nothing here.
Good evening, milady.
Good evening, sir. We can't go in those anyway. Savvy.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren, and I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
You two nazenate me.
When there's a man in your life, you'll understand.
Yeah, just headbutt my mouth. Sorry about that. Let's see, I prefer my freedom, thank you.
One day you'll meet someone who can handle you. Mark my words.
Or I handle him. Anyway. Let's see. You'll be missed, brother.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
I wish I could go with you.
I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those darkspawn myself.
In Antiva, a woman fighting in battle would be unthinkable.
Is that so? I always heard Antivan women were quite dangerous.
With kindness and poison only, my husband.
This from the woman who serves me my tea.
Do you really think the war would be over that quickly?
Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two.
Did you know there was a Grey Warden in the castle?
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
My God.
Shh, Orin. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
I can't win with this game. I swear to God. He's going to test
Good for him. I hope he makes it. If I were a Grey Warden, though, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it.
I bring a message. Father wants you to leave without him.
Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead. So little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
Fergus will be fine.
I keep telling you, no Darkspawn will ever best me.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, maker's breath. It's like living with a pair of small boys. Thankfully, I have a daughter.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
Mother can handle it herself. Always has.
It's true. They should be sending her, not me. She would scold those Darkspawn back into the deep roads.
Well, I'm glad you find this so funny.
Enough. Enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Alright, here. Let's mark those. Okay. And... You look so badass. Alright. So let's talk to the family.
You should be on your way, pup. Long day ahead tomorrow.
Are you sure you'll be alright?
Your brother and I go into battle, not an afternoon tea. Who knows what will happen to us? I will tell you, however, you're my darling daughter. I love you. And I trust you completely to carry on the Cousland name if the worst should happen. But don't worry about me, dear girl. You'll have enough to occupy your mind while I'm gone.
Is sending all our forces south a good idea?
When the king demands it. In fact, not sending our forces south would be a distinctly bad idea. Don't worry, pup. You shouldn't see many problems, but I want you to prepare the men left here. In case.
There it is. There's my kids. In case of what?
Legends of the Blights tell of horrible things. These Darkspawn once threatened many lands. If we can't hold them,
yeah, that's important.
You must prepare for the worst.
There, I'll do my best, Father. I swear.
I know you will. You are a Cousland, after all. But let's not speak of ominous things. We shall assume that all will go well,
now.
And the Maker will watch over us.
We had all day to study. Ugh. I swear, sometimes these kids... about this Grey Warden.
Ah, I was wondering how long this would take. Has he asked to recruit you?
He hasn't. I was just wondering about him.
If a blight is truly upon us in the south, then Grey Wardens will be needed. There is no higher calling. If it comes to that, we can talk about it when I get back. Until then, just show him every courtesy. Duncan is a fine man. And a hero.
What are you after? Ooh, this is a new mod. Yeah, we're definitely using this. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, and knowing what happens, I'm a little teary-eyed now.
I know that you'll do me proud. You've grown into a sensible woman. How much is clear.
Such a good one. Such a good one.
Getting sent to bed early, are we?
Okay, we're definitely doing this. Goodbye, Fergus. Be careful. Give him a hug. Oh my god. A moment of silence.
At any rate, I'll miss you. Take care of everyone, and be here when I get back.
Oh, that was so good. I really am, actually. And the amount I've played and those mods just made it so worth it. Kind of like when I first played with mods for Hamlin. Oh my god, the first time broke my heart, but then you put the mods back in there and it wrenches your heart even further. This just got me again too, so mods are a wonderful thing. Thank you for all you wonderful modders out there. I even take the glitches for those sentimental hugs and other additional stuff.
Mama says you're going to be watching over us while Papa is gone. Is that true, Auntie?
Yes, that's true, Orin.
What if the castle is attacked?
Oh,
Will there be dragons?
Dragons are terrible creatures, Orin. They eat people.
Yeah, I want to see one.
This is your influence, Fergus.
What? I didn't say anything.
Are you going to teach me to use a sword, Auntie? Then I can fight evil too. Take that, dire bunny. Oh, Darkspawn, fear my sword of truthiness.
You bet. Let's go.
Fergus, there are times your family causes me great pain.
Now, mind your mother, Oren.
I never get to do anything.
Don't worry, son. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon, I promise.
Oh. You have no clue, brother. You have no clue. Alright. So we're gonna save. We're gonna end it here, and I'm gonna make sure my monster's in bed. She keeps coming down back and forth and makes recording a hassle. We'll see you in just a bit.